Okay, financial reporting in public sector. You can refer to Fatimah Rauf textbook. I mean our old textbook. You can refer to chapter 10, page 237 to 255. But it is in topic 9 of our syllabus. Okay, kalau refer to textbook, it is in chapter 10. Okay. Okay, so these are the topic outline. We begin with the introduction, the regulatory frameworks related to financial reporting in public sector, the objective of preparing the financial reporting, differences between public and private sector, and who are the accounting users. Okay, so who are the users of financial statement of the government? Okay, so introduction. So basically, financial reporting for government, it involves reporting on government's financial condition and its performance. So after this, I will show you the financial example of financial statement of the federal government. So they report their performance throughout the year, as well as their consolidated fund, public monies, tax collection. Okay, so it is an essential process of communicating of the financial information. So basically, they communicate their financial information to the accounting users through preparing the financial statement. It also provides accountability about government finance and how they have used the resources that taxpayer entrusted to them. Okay, so when you explain about financial statement, audit topic, apa lagi, even budgeting, you must relate your discussion with accountability, because we know that government is managing the taxpayers' money. Okay, and public sector organization is accountable to provide information to its respective stakeholders. So basically, you can relate this with topic 1. Okay, we have learned this in topic 1. Who are the stakeholders of the public sector organization? Okay, so the government is fully aware of the need to improve the financial reporting and accountability, such as to follow, to strengthen the control system. So that's why they try to develop the system like IGF Mas kan, to replace old budgeting system like SPECS, SAGA. It is to strengthen their control system. Okay, to improve of the financial management and infrastructure, to improve the effectiveness of financial management. Okay, and point number 2 and number 3 we will learn in detail in topic accountability, because government, they need to provide, not to provide, to identify or to calculate their financial performance accountability index. Okay, so meaning that they will compare which ministry achieve higher accountability index, okay, compared to other agency, and they will provide like macam reward in terms of star index. Okay, and then point number 4, new programs have been continuously developed. So every year ada new programs introduced by the government. So that's why they need to improve their financial reporting and accountability. Okay, so these are the regulatory frameworks related to preparation of financial statement. So point number 1, always refer to Federal Constitution. Number 2, FPA 1957, GAS, TI, MPSAS dan juga IPSAS as source of reference lah to prepare financial reporting. Okay, so I have also prepared a few slides to explain each regulatory frameworks in detail. Okay, just in case lah kan, some of you don't have the textbook, so you can refer to these slides. Okay, so specific article related to preparation of financial statement stated in Article 99 of Federal Constitution. So all asset and liabilities of the Federation should be shown at the end of the last completed financial year. Okay, and in FPA, section 16 of FPA explain about what? Consolidated fund, okay, revenue, loan and trust account. Treasury instruction. So TI is basically a guideline prepared by Treasury or Ministry of Finance. Okay, It is a guidelines for the preparation and presentation of the annual reports and the financial statement of statutory bodies. And purpose is to identify minimum disclosure requirements in the annual report and to inform on the accounting standards that should be accepted by the federal statutory bodies. Okay, so basically TI ni applicable to statutory bodies lah. Okay, for example macam your ITM kan, so we need to refer to TI lah on the changes ataupun latest information ataupun latest guideline lah provide by EGD, MOF. Apa lagi yang sudah provide ataupun treasury itself lah, Jabatan Perbendaharaan. Okay, so these are the objective of the TIs. Okay, macam biasa to enhance public accountability, so that all statutory bodies will provide timely preparation and submission of financial statement and activity report, to facilitate understanding of statutory bodies, establish uniform accounting standards. So all state bodies or agency, they have a uniform accounting standard when they prepare the financial statement. Okay, to enhance accounting quality of the financial statement, to increase level of corporate governance, to provide clear and complete information to Cabinet, Parliament and other relevant bodies. So these are the uses of financial statement of statutory bodies lah, okay, because they need to use sometimes lah they need to refer to information in the financial statement when they debate certain matters in the Parliament. Okay. Right, GAS number 1, guideline to it provide guidelines to standardize the government accounting procedure, which involve principles, bases, convention, rules and regulation. GS2 pula on the presentation. Okay, point number 1 biasanya relate to prinsip ataupun basis lah, okay, to prepare financial statement. Kalau point number 2 presentation, okay, format lah. And IPSAS. It is a guideline set by IPSAS board, which is to develop accounting standard. So previous class kita dah tengok kan IPSAS. Okay. So the objective of preparing financial statement. So this section is quite popular juga in final assessment, yeah. So you need to macam justify or discuss what are the objective of preparing the financial statement in the government. Okay. Differences. Okay, so point number 1 relates to compliance and stewardship. Okay, so comply to regulatory frameworks kan, in preparing the financial statement, ataupun you can also refer to and provide example of the regulatory frameworks related to preparation of financial statement. And point stewardship, you can relate to accountability. So government needs to prepare financial statement because they are accountable to manage public monies, to manage the resources allocated to them. Okay, and it also acts as a basis for planning. So point number 2, you can relate to budgeting topic. Okay, because it involves utilization of the resources and how they spend the allocated fund that they receive from the government. And also planning, you can relates to objective juga. Okay, objective, and it must link to the national policy. Okay. And for performance evaluation, we prepare financial statement to evaluate performance. Okay, our own agency performance compared to previous year, ataupun performance of Ministry A compared to Ministry B, ataupun government agency A compared to government agency B. Okay, that is how they evaluate their performance. Okay, quality of services. Usually from the performance highlight in the financial statement, we can identify number of programs conducted ataupun activities conducted in previous year, and we can see how much they allocated to improve the on the quality of life of the citizen, for example. Okay, and statement of achievement from the financial statement also we can see the achievement in terms of from the performance evaluation, we can evaluate their achievement. Okay, how many percent they manage to use the allocation received, ataupun how many percent they can increase the GDP, ataupun they can reduce the unemployment rate. Okay, so they also provide facts and figures. So from facts and figures in the financial statement, we can make decision on future activities or programs. Okay, differences between public and private sector, quite popular juga in FA. Okay, so just in terms of definition, so public sector, it deals with entity established under the government and regulated under the Federal Constitution, FPA, JAS dan juga TI. Okay, so you can refer to this slide kan on how to differentiate between public and private. Kalau private sector pula, it comprise form of business organisation established under Companies Act. Okay, and it is a separate legal entity and required to comply with the provision of the Act. Okay, in terms of the objective, public sector to meet legislative requirements and to serve the public. Private sector to maintain capital, profit and to improve ataupun to maximize the shareholders' wealth. Okay. In terms of accounting concept, entity. Okay, in terms of entity, public sector, it applies to each fund. So kita maintain separate fund, okay, revenue, trust and loan account, okay, not to the organisation as a whole, but for private sector it relates to the whole organisation. Okay, maksudnya satu organisasi ataupun one company, one entity, but for public sector, one fund, one entity. Okay. In terms of periodicity, it relates to the flow of funds during budgetary period. So we follow budget punya period until 31st January of the following year. But for private sector, generally for 12 months period. Okay, maksudnya kalau start January, end dia in December lah every year. Okay. Matching concept, allocation received compared to actual expenditure. For private sector, okay, so basically we apply matching concept in public sector is to identify surplus or deficit in budget. Okay, but for private sector, revenue is matched with expenses to get net income. Going concern, it is not applicable in the government. We follow budget punya period, so it only lasts for 1 year. But for private sector, we assume that entities will continue for a foreseeable future. Okay, we apply going concern concept in private sector. Okay, for accrual basis, we apply accrual basis in public sector in order to provide a comprehensive view of government asset and liabilities. And for private sector, we use accrual accounting to measure performance and financial position of the company. Okay. So let us move on to federal government financial statement. You can raise hand here if you have any question to ask. Okay, federal government financial statement slide. Okay, so it is prepared annually by Accountant General. So you all kena tahulah siapa yang prepare. AG kita yang akan prepare financial statement of federal government ya, maksudnya federal government sahaja. So kalau financial statement of UiTM lah akan prepare. I mean we have our own accountant lah kan to prepare financial statement of UiTM. Okay, so AG will prepare federal government financial statement annually for the Minister of Finance, and it will be audited by Auditor General as required by Audit Act before being tabled in Parliament in compliance with this section lah. Okay, and the preparation of federal government financial statement is to show the financial position, cash flow and financial performance. Okay, so in financial statement of federal government, we report all the financial transaction of the government for a financial year and accounts for the sources and application of financial resources as appropriate by Parliament. So they also report domestic borrowing, international borrowing in the federal government financial statement. Okay. And the presentation is in line with accounting best practice to facilitate understanding and users analysis of financial statement. It provides a picture of resources entrusted, how the resources were employed during the year, and in what form the resources are now held. Okay, so it is a very detailed financial statement. It also emphasizes on producing verifiable statement of income and expenditure, SOFP, and cash flow. Okay, differences. Differences tadi in terms of macam definition, concept kan. But now we focus on the presentation of annual report and federal government financial statement. Okay. So in public sector, it is known as federal government financial statement. In public companies or corporate, it is known as annual report. Okay, we have statement by Treasury and Secretary General and Accountant General. In public companies, it is known as Director's Report. Sometimes student rasa macam benda ni will not be tested in FA kan. Tapi ada ya, previous semester kita test the student on the notes to the financial statement of the federal government. So student tak aware sangat tau. When they go through the financial statement, diorang macam takkanlah kan kita nak test the student on notes to the financial statement kan. Okay, but we did that last previous semester. Okay. Okay, in public sector, we have the certificate of Auditor General, but in public companies, we have independent auditor's report. Okay, we have SOFP juga. Okay, a statement of cash receipt and payment, statement of financial performance, and statement of memorandum. Okay, so yang tak cerita lah kan, korang dah memang terror, okay, public companies. Okay, notes to the financial statement and attachment notes, okay, in federal government, very detailed, okay, operating expenditure, development expenditure, memorandum, recoverable loans, memorandum lagi, investment, dan juga account of statement guarantees kot. Nanti kita tengok financial statement okay, ni biasalah, okay, notes to the financial statement in public companies. Okay, for main component, you can refer to, if you have the textbook, you can refer to box 10.2, page 243. Kalau tak textbook tak apa, you can refer to slide number 22 and 23. Okay, sebab I dah masukkan dalam slides, consider students yang tak ada textbook. Okay, so these are the main component of presentation of the federal government financial statement. Okay, so they begin with the statement by Treasury to the Secretary General and Accountant General, and they have statement of financial position. Under SOFP, they have public monies. Okay, kalau biasa kita start dengan asset kan, asset and liabilities in SOFP, but in public sector, we begin with public monies. So public monies in terms of cash dan juga investment. Okay, and we also have the three types of consolidated fund, okay, revenue, loan, and trust account, also presented in SOFP. Okay, next statement is a statement of cash receipt and payment, a very detailed show amount of receipt and payment in federal government. Okay, statement of financial performance, statement of memorandum accounts, memorandum of asset. Okay, so under asset we have recoverable loans dan juga investment, and liabilities we have public debts and other liabilities, dan juga notes to the financial statement. Okay, you can refer to the explanation on page 244 to 250 of your textbook. Tapi tak apa, I think tak explanation dia. Okay, tak apalah, if you have the textbook, you can refer lah to further explanation, okay? But if you refer to financial statement of federal government, you should be able to understand lah, ataupun to explain how we present the financial statement, okay? Okay, before we move on to accounting users, let us go to Accountant General website, okay? So you go to AG website, macam biasa, anm.gov.my, okay, choose English version and go to archive, okay. So kalau dalam bahasa Melayu, dia Dekat sini, okay, arkit dia. Okay. So, tengok ada notes kat sini. This contents only available in Malay version. Masa zaman I buat PhD dulu, dia ada English version. Okay, mungkin orang malas nak translate. So, financial statement for 2020 prepared in bahasa Malaysia, okay, ataupun Malay version saja yang available. Previous statement, okay, so yang ni ada in English, bilingual lah, okay, bilingual 2016. So saya nak show kat sini 2020 and 2013 so that we can see if there any difference in terms of presentation of the financial statement. Okay, so nak tengok which one bahasa ke English. Saya rasa English lagi senang lah so that you can relate to what you learn in this semester. Okay, sebab kalau pergi kat sini mungkin korang nampak surat penyampaian kan. Okay, so let us move to 2013 punya financial statement. Kita go through lah together. Okay, okay, content. Okay, so executive summary ni, mention this one should be prepared by secretary of by the treasury. Okay, yang ni treasury, kita punya bendahari lah. Okay, okay, so they provide highlights throughout the year. Okay, maksudnya in terms of their performance lah kan, this is to show their performance, to highlight their performance throughout the year. Okay, for example, kita just tengok, okay, increase in revenue, increase in operating expenditure. Yang ni bukan a good thing kan, okay, this is not a good thing, but they will explain in detail. Increase 3% in operating expenditure due to what? Okay, so they will provide lah list of activities or program conducted in this year. Okay, decrease in development expenditure, so this is a good thing, okay, to highlight. Decrease in cash flow, not so good. Decrease in recoverable loans, increase in federal government debts to 540. Increase in debts, not a good thing lah. Okay. Okay, performance at a glance. So they show performance of each consolidated fund. Okay, revenue, loan, and trust account compared to previous years. So dia akan show lah performance of 2013 punya performance. Okay, operating expenditure breakdown. So dia akan very detailed. Okay, so when you go through the financial statement, you should be able to relate previous topic that you have learned in this semester for PSA lah. Okay. Okay, this one is revenue and expenditure of the government. Okay. Okay, operating expenditure. So these are the items reported under operating expenditure. We have grants and fees charges, emolument, supplies and services, asset dan juga other expenditure. Okay. So yang paling banyak adalah grant. Okay, grant that they provide to, we have few types of grant kan. Capitation grant, okay, state reserve fund, state road grant. So yang paling banyak is operating expenditure adalah grant, dia punya portion dia tu. Okay, in terms of revenue, paling banyak is tax revenue, non-tax revenue, non-revenue receipt dan juga revenue from federal territories. Okay, ini kita belajar kan 4 types of revenue. Okay, loans repayment. Okay, ini highlight saja je diagram ni. Okay, see kita punya debts kat sini dah increase kan. Internal loan paling tinggi lah warna pink ni. This is external loan. Debt ratio to gross domestic product. Okay, account receivable. Okay. Okay, so this is the AG report. So dia highlights lah overall performance. Sekejap ya, I nak show kat korang presentation of financial statement tu. Okay, so this is the financial statement. Okay, so Auditor General akan bagi statement lah. Okay. Okay, glossary ni sama dengan apa yang saya present dekat dalam slides ni. Main component, okay. So main components ni, it is tally with glossary of federal government financial statement. Maksudnya main components lah, okay. So they begin with the statement by Secretary General of Treasury, NAG, okay, SOFP. So these are the items reported under SOFP. They have public monies and consolidated fund. Okay, statement, cash receipt and payment, financial performance, and memorandum account. Okay. SOFP dia nampak simple je kan, tapi they provide detail lah. Okay, you have to refer to note number 3 to see detailed items reported under cash account kat sini. Okay, so cash dia decrease kan from 29 to 25 only in 2013. So ini kita nak refer, kenapa refer statement yang lama, sebab nak tengok statement in English. Okay. Okay, investment. Okay, and we have consolidated fund. So basically kat sini, public monies, it must always equal to consolidated fund lah. Okay, so in corporate account, we have asset equal to liability plus owner's equity kan. So kat sini, public monies equals to consolidated fund. Okay, so amount dia mesti equal. But it is not easy lah kan to get this amount, ataupun memang bukan senang lah kita nak dapatkan amounts yang equal, sebab they have too many items to be reported in the statement of financial position. Okay, statement of cash receipt and payment. Kat sini we have receipt in terms of revenue. So revenue pula can be further divided into 4 categories. Okay, tax revenue, non-tax, non-revenue receipt, dan juga revenue from federal territory. So dia punya items, amount ada kat sini reported here. Okay, loans, domestic and external loans. So if you want to know detail of loan, okay, obtained by the government, you can refer to note number 6. Okay, external assistance in terms of multilateral and bilateral loan. Ini kita belajar in fund accounting. Capital receipt, okay, ini very detail lah. Okay, point number 7 and number 4. Trust, okay, in terms of PFI dan juga special development. Okay, number 7. Okay, payment, tadi receipt, sekarang payment. Okay, we have operating expenditure, development expenditure, repayment of loan, external assistance, capital expenditure, and trust expenditure. So bila korang refer kat sini, you can imagine the three relationship of the consolidated fund. Okay, revenue, trust, and loan account. Okay. Statement of financial performance, they report revenue, revenue surplus. Okay, and here we have overall deficit. Kenapa ada deficit kat sini? See, kita punya amount of development expenditure yang membuatkan surplus ni tak cukup to cover the development expenditure. So every year akan report overall deficit. And this deficit will be funded by loan and external assistance and loan recoveries and miscellaneous receipt. Okay. Statement of memorandum accounts akan report asset and liabilities. Okay, asset they report recoverable loans and investment. Liabilities pula public debts and other liabilities. Okay, notes to the financial statement. Okay, saya just nak highlight kat sini in terms of accounting policies and practice. Tak ada apa dekat sini. Accounting basis dekat point number berapa yang dia orang mention kat sini. Okay. Kat sini detail ya. Okay. Attachment to notes. I think ada diorang provide statement of achievement and they compare performance of ministries in Malaysia. Assessment. Okay, I think bukan this year kot. Okay, organisation chart. Dah habis. Okay, tak apa. 2020, kenapa nak show juga 2020 just to show where do they report COVID-19 fund, okay, in the financial statement. Okay, so kita yang lain sama macam previous financial statement yang in English tadi. Okay, okay, see dekat sini dia akan prepare penyata perbelanjaan for this specific fund, okay, sebab dia involve high punya amount, okay. Tapi dia cantik sikit lah kan dia punya highlights, okay, for 2020. Mungkin diorang dah send dia staff for training kan, that apa, they should be able to use apa digital punya macam apa presentation, okay. Okay, apa kat mana ya COVID-19 yang I buat dengan previous punya semester punya student. Mungkin kita should go direct to financial statement. Kat sini banyak sangat highlights. Okay, untuk okay, so they have a specific report, okay, on impact of pandemic to financial position of the federal government financial statement, okay. So impact of COVID-19 lah on federal government financial position, okay. Okay, so this is the financial statement. Okay, auditor's report ke atas, and then you akan, okay, see sama ya, dia punya glossary ni adalah main components of financial statement of the federal government. Okay. Okay, so dia part dekat mana COVID-19 dia akan see dia kat bawah ni, okay, bayaran. So it is under receipt, payment. So payment they have here COVID-19 fund, okay. So dia baru diwujudkan 2020. Previous tak adalah kan, okay. And they also prepared special notes lah for this perbelanjaan sebab it involve 37 billion amount of money, okay. Okay, so for laporan prestasi, they also include COVID-19 fund, okay, in 2020 bukan under lah, selepas development expenditure, okay, so we have COVID-19 punya fund kat bawah ni. Okay. Alright. Okay, now let us go back to accounting users. Okay, so now you should be able to know lah the presentation of federal government financial statement, okay? Right, so accounting users. Accounting users of financial statement of public agencies lah, okay? So point number 1 relates to okay, members of legislative and other governing bodies, okay, external parties, taxpayers, media, other commentators, other government agencies and resource providers, government managers, senior management, and last but not least adalah public. Okay, public tu macam korang lah tadi kan. Okay, you are the users of financial statement of federal government ataupun other government agencies. Okay, so legislators. The financial statement provide information on the impact and the achievement of the nation to bring about the social and economic development and harmony in the society. So this information is crucial to the legislators as they are involved in approving the budget as well as implementing new taxes. Okay, so basically legislators ni they are interested lah to know the achievement, okay, how the public agency manage the resources allocated, okay, what programs they have conducted in previous year to improve the quality of the citizen, for example. Okay, so they should be able to identify performance ataupun achievement of this agency through financial statement, through the information provided in the financial statement. Okay, point number 2, government manager and executive. Okay, they formulate various plans, programs and activities and project for implementation at various level in line with government objective. Okay, so for this point, you can relate to government hierarchy of the government. Okay, we have federal, state level dan juga local government level kan, ataupun agency level. So in each level of government hierarchy ni kan, they have they have to conduct activities that are in line with the government objective, in line with the national policy. Okay, so any plan, programs, activities and project must in line with the government objective, and information in the financial statement will help them to make decision and evaluate the successful implementation of various program and activities by the government towards achieving various government objective. So basically in financial statement kan of the government, they provide very detailed in the notes to the financial statement, they provide details of activities or program that they have conducted. Okay, government auditors and oversight committee. So government auditors ni they work under National Audit Department lah. Okay, they are responsible to ensure that public monies are properly spent. And for this point, you can relate to the triple E's concept, okay, economy, efficient and effective use of resources. Okay, besides, they are also accountable to check the level of compliance with government rules, regulation and policies. So what are the regulatory frameworks applicable in the government? So provide example, okay, the Federal Constitution, which section yang applicable to financial statement? Okay, GAS, FPA kan section 16 dan juga okay, Audit Act dan juga TI. Okay, taxpayers, so all of us lah kan we pay tax. Okay, even corporate pun they are interested with the financial statement of the government. Okay, because we pay various taxes, thus they require information on the resources and uses of government resources. Okay, how the government spend our money. Okay, right, investors and vendors. Investors' main objective is to achieve their investment goals. So information from the financial statement will help them make decisions relating to business risks and opportunities in government project and contract. So remember just now I show you under public monies kan we have investment. So from the statement, the stakeholders or future investors they should be able to identify how government utilize the resources, okay, in which fund ataupun the government will invest their money. Okay, right, I think that's all. Ada lagi employees and voters. So employees and voters, so yang backbone of the government to refer to employees lah. Okay, the public sector servant. Okay, They are interested on information about their salary structure and the strength of the department they work for. Okay. Meanwhile, voters who are the decision makers of the ruling government would like the government to perform effectively and efficiently in their duties. So basically, employees ni they are interested to know about their macam biasalah kan, salary structure, bonus kan, and also the strength of the department ni through performance of the agency. Okay, and then voters, okay, all of us lah, the public. Okay, we are the decision maker. We choose the government ataupun which party that will rule the country. Okay, and we should be able to choose government that will perform effectively and efficiently in their duties. Okay, NGO pula. NGO take care of special interest group, so they need information on the impact of government policies on certain sectors of the society. So NGO ni dia interest to know the macam commitment of the government ataupun allocation that government will provide to certain activity lah conducted by them. Okay, for example macam NGO yang involved in macam example apa itu macam golongan gelandangan ataupun orang yang apa ya kita panggil macam ibu-ibu tunggal kan. Okay, so they need to see government punya plans ataupun allocation lah to support their activities. Okay. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you. Okay, tak group G and group I. Any question before we end our meeting? Yeah. Okay, all is good. Biasalah korang kan. Stop recording.